Happy Thursday, y'all. We are watching. We'll do a mukbang for some McDonald's here. We are watching A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, the animated one. Just wanted to come on and kind of document where things are at right now, which is mainly just car issues. But before we go over that, Christmas Carol, this movie has been like one of my favorite go-tos for every Christmas. Because I love the visuals. I love the intro portion where it's like based off of London, I believe, or England somewhere. I just like the animation in the beginning. Just feels like Christmas because of the snow and all the carolers and all that stuff. It made me feel Christmassy. And of course, as you know, it's a story of Scrooge and how he's visited by the three ghosts. It's just a story of redemption almost. So our Corolla is down right now. That's the one that overheated a while back. And I thought it was the AC because when I turned it on, smoke would come out of the engine. So I got stuck in traffic one time. Had to let it cool down and then drove it back home. Left it at mom's since then. A few weeks later, tried to turn it on. It wasn't working. In that time frame, something punctured the tires of Ghost, our VW Taos, and I was just kind of scared because it already happened once and I had to replace the tire, which was like $300. And so we took it to. I was inspecting it. I couldn't find any holes or nails and whatnot, so we ended up taking it to Costco and they found a small nail or small hole, plugged it and then patched it. Cost like $12. So thankful, so relieved. But now the coolant light kept turning on. So the first time it turned on, I put coolant in and it went away, thinking, okay, that's fine. About 10 days later, it comes back. I'm like, dang it. So there's a leak somewhere. I unscrewed the cap, put more coolant in, and made sure it snapped in. And I was like, this time it snapped in. So I was like, oh crap, maybe it was the cap itself. But before that, before screwing it fully tightened and locked, I just made sure it was clean. Because I heard that your caps can cause issues, which happened to my Golf. In the gasoline, the engine light would turn on. Took it to Thai VW, solid guy, Thomas, and he already diagnosed that it was a cap. So we got when the new cap came in, installed it, engine light went off, was fixed. So the coolant cap, I just wanted to make sure it was clean and whatnot. Coolant light was fixed after that. About a week and a half later, comes back on, and I for sure know that now. Okay, there's a leak somewhere. Made an appointment, thinking that you're only gonna go in to get that repaired with warranty covering it, which it did. What ended up happening was it was the thermostat and the water pump. And apparently when you change the water pump, you usually should change the thermostat. So But with that said, they give us a list of things of maintenance that needs to happen or needed to happen according to them, which included transmission fluid, which is big bucks, I guess. The GDI fluid thing that happens in VWs, I don't know what that is. Brake fluid. They measured the brakes and it's at 2 millimeters for the rears, so brakes and brake pads and rotors. Spark plugs. Battery. All of these altogether would have came out to, they're pricing it at about, I think it was 4,500 for the list of things. I gotta double check now, but it's still about $4,000 to maintain. So, I mean, while that's going on, this is our main car, so we have a backup right now. We're using my parents' Suzuki, but that doesn't have AC and it doesn't have the car seat in there. So this one has to be, fixed and whatnot. So, everything's piling up. Our AC is broken. It's leaking, so it needs maintenance or it needs to be changed out, according to the business that we contacted, and that's got to be replaced. So it's just all these things that are piling up. Thank goodness for my uncle who's a mechanic. He was originally going to go look at the Corolla first, and he actually already fixed some things with it, and it could start. And so we just need to do a full flush of there, because apparently we didn't maintain it. We just did the oil change, but we didn't do all the fluid, all the fluid exchange. So, but the AC works now. It's not as cool, but it's working, and he said the engine is great. But since now Ghost has to be taken care of, he's gonna look at that first. I was thinking of taking it to Thai VW because Thomas is the man. Just solid guy. Doesn't F around. He just gets to the case. Because I know dealerships, and it's not the receptionist's fault or the service people. It's just the way that dealerships are. That's the way they make money. They're just overcharged. They said that to replace the battery. I mean, when they replace the battery, we have to they're the only ones that can reset the system. I don't think that's true, but that's what they tell you. So I can show you the list of things. Coke from McDonald's hits different. Let me show you the list real quick. But things are piling up, and I've only got some money saved up. Not for this stuff. Let me see, sorry, my hands are all kind. There we go. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't even know if you can see that. Well, guys, that's kind of what's going on right now with Ghost. A lot of it's just maintaining. Let me take a bite out of this this guy, because we haven't. Thank you, Lord, for his food. Thank you for providing. In Jesus' name, amen. when the receptionist was talking to me and telling me all of these things that just kept piling up as she's saying, I went back to my table where I was editing. I just prayed and thanked the Lord that He's always providing for us. I just thanked Him that we're able to afford the car, and He's just always looking out for us, and He's always providing. Like, that's the first thing I did, was thank the Lord, and then ask Him to help us navigate this bump in the road, I guess. So, I think that's lesson number one for me. Is one of my lessons in life is, don't ever leave your posture of thanksgiving, because that's when you begin to think that you deserve things. Like, we don't deserve any of this. Like, God's just been so gracious to us. And so I always start with gratitude. Now I want to start with gratitude with anything that comes our way, and just be thankful and just thank Him, because we don't deserve any of it, but He's always has His hand upon the Biznar family. And so I just was thanking Him and asking Him help us to navigate this time. So yeah, it's just kind of expensive, but I'm reassured, and I'm assured that He's going to take care of us. I know He's going to provide. He's done it over and over. He's going to do it again, because that's just who He is. So, after that whole thing, Dad called back, and, I told my dad, like, if Uncle Ray's available, I wanted to call Dad and ask what the temperature was with Uncle Ray, because we were already asking for him to check out the Corolla and do work on it. And, I don't want to be a nuisance to him when, so I just want to check his temperature. If it's okay, then, let's ask him. Because I never want him to think that we just want to get a good deal. Like, we'll definitely pay. We want to pay. We'd love to pay him, but he's always just been so generous, because, we're family, and, that's just how it runs in the Bautista circle. You just always look out for each other. And so I'm so thankful for him. All of my uncles in the Bautista side are all mechanics, and I didn't have that desire until I learned how to drive stick shift. If I knew I loved driving stick shift, I would have 100% taken up mechanics, like car mechanic. A lot of things now fascinate me so much versus when I was younger, because I was just so focused on different things. But I wished I paid more attention to different things. This thing is so cool. Jim Carrey and the Ghost of Christmas Present. They're flying through the town and all that. Oh, Ghost of Christmas Past, sorry. But yeah, I just love the graphics of this. It's not mind-blowing, it's just the way that it was directed and how things transition. Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm reassured. I'm thanking him. And, you know, this is the way that, this is a kind of, sounded gross. This is the kind of mentality and the kind of way that, the way of life that I want to cultivate in this Biznar home. And that's never leaving our posture of gratitude and giving thanks to God and being assured that, you know, he has his hand upon us. So you might be thinking this is like the least of someone's worries, but whether it's this small of a worry or of a problem or a roadblock, or whether it's, you know, health issue, deathly ill, health issues, whatever it is, it doesn't change. We still give thanks. We still give, we still are in that posture of gratitude. And that won't change. And that's the type of faith and hope that we have in him. And that's kind of like it's kind of the way of life that I want to cultivate with our family. That said, we like that car. This is just the maintenance fees and whatnot, but just kind of throwing a wrench in the cogs for a little bit. But I just want to shout out my wife. She works so hard for our family. Like, I want to just, I don't know, I want to give her things and take care for her monetarily. I want Zozo to see that his dad isn't a scrub and that he works hard for his family. And I want her to see that. I read something recently where it's like, who said this? Oh, Stuart Connectly. Save as, or in regards to money, save as much as you can. Oh wait, earn as much as you can. Save as much as you can. Give away as much as you can. I love that. That's so good. In the Bible, there's a passage where it says, you know, some are meant to bless others, like give, like monetarily. There are just different roles, right? And I've seen this firsthand with certain families that I know of who are just so generous with their money. And like, I want to be able to do that. Like, that's not my gift, but I can get to that place with the Lord's help and be able to give. I always said, just like, if I was gifted, like, or won the lottery, oh man, I would hook up the homies. I'd get them all new cars, make sure they're taken care of, get whatever they need to start up businesses and whatnot. Like, that's my dream. If that happened. But my real dream is to offer Josh to be a stay-at-home mom. And I was just thinking about recently, like, shoot, I would love to buy mom and dad's house. to pay off the house, I should say. And I just imagine myself like getting dad a Porsche or something. Like these are just things. The one thing I've learned is that you have to envision yourself doing these things. You have to envision the possibility, because if you set your mind to this picture or the possibility, that's the first step to winning, man. I can see it happening. It's possible. Knowing that it's possible is like, I feel like half the battle. So one of these days, man, I want to do it before they go to their eternal home. But that's where I'm at, guys. If you've made it this far, thanks for hanging out. I wish I could give you some. The reason why I got McDonald's, mentally I was kind of like low. Just from trying to make calls and all that stuff while I was trying to edit, but just trying to think. So I was like, let me just grab some fries, man. It's just something quick. But that's where we're at. I hope you guys are encouraged somehow. But don't give up. Don't succumb to something that will lead you down a decision you don't want to do. That's for me. Hopefully that's for you too. Alright, guys.